Hi, it's Ohan, and it is time for another update. A 1 month post-op update. I am slow thinking in my brain this morning, which is why I'm drinking this. It is really cold. This is horrible lighting, like the worst way to do this because I'm sitting down and I wish I could be standing up, but I just have a terrible video setup at the moment, so this is what I have. I'm pretty impressed. A lot of the bruising has gone down. Most of the bruising has gone down. The swelling, there's still a lot of swelling like here and a lot right here. But I do think since the swelling has gone down a little bit, the placement looks a lot more symmetrical, which I think is really good. My last video was made and I was terrified. I was like, what happened? And now that I'm a month out and I can kind of see where healing has gone, I'm pretty amazingly happy and impressed. Yeah, so this is it. The swelling is just different in the different sides. Like, I feel like it's way more frontal on this side and it's more over here on this side, so it just like sits kind of differently right now, but I've noticed that changing as I heal. I have pretty good motion. The drain holes have closed up here and here. I'm always in pajamas when I'm making videos, but the scars, I'll just do this so you can see, are really pretty calm looking. Around 3 weeks post-op, the glue and blood that was kind of just sitting on top of the incisions started to peel off, especially in the shower, so now that I can actually see the incisions, they look really neat and really awesome. I'm really so happy with my results. I do think something I'd like to talk about, two things I'd like to talk about. One is like the pros and cons of this procedure, and the other is I had top surgery, now what do I do with my life? So the first one, the pros and cons, I think something I'm really happy about with this procedure is that there are no scars here. So if I were to ever wear something that came down low here, there's nothing over here that you can visibly see. It's really just frontal, and I actually quite like that. I think that's a really awesome benefit of having the incisions where they are. The other thing is too, they're a lot shorter. Like now you can actually see, well, the light just made it disappear, but now you can actually see it's really just here and here, like, and they're not that big of incisions. The stitches are still dissolving around my nipples, so the only place where I still have a whole bunch of like glue and gunk is around the areola, so that's going to take some more time, but I am worried about my scar stretching, so I want to know from you guys, what have you done to prevent your scars from stretching besides not moving around your arms like I just did? So maybe I'll stop doing that, but just what you've been using on it. I know there are all these things to use and things to not use, and I have an appointment with my surgeon next week, and so I'll obviously ask him, but any tips you guys have, please share. The second thing is, I had top surgery, now what do I do? I think this is a period that a lot of guys post-surgery have. All of my energy and free time went into making this a reality for me, and now it's like, now that it happened, and I'm in this kind of waiting to heal phase, or there's nothing I can really do except take good care of myself, and the rest just has to happen on its own with time. Now that I'm in that, it's like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I don't even know. I think so many of the things I wanted to do, I kind of brushed aside because I was like, well, I can't do it now. Like, I'm too uncomfortable, I'm too this, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go out, I don't want to see people. Just being a real downer about myself. But now that this has happened, it's like, it's not not that I was using it as an excuse. It was a pretty valid thing. Like, wearing a binder sucks and it's uncomfortable, and like, it got to a point where I was wearing it for so long that the pain that it was causing was just excruciating. Like, I could not function with this thing on and off. But now that I can, it's like, there's a whole world out there, and I want to be a part of it, so I guess I need to just challenge myself and like slowly reintroduce myself to people and the world, and like try to build and strengthen friendships and things that I really, really, really neglected in the period of trying to have surgery and then recovery. So I'm excited, and it's also scary. It's also a scary thing to not be obsessively thinking about something for a while. Like, first it was obsessively thinking about, am I trans? Then it was obsessively thinking about, should I start T? Then it was obsessively thinking about, when can I have surgery? Then it was obsessively thinking about, how do I get my insurance to cover it? It was just like these series of intense obsessive thinking, and it's like, okay, I'm on T, I just have to wait for shit to happen. I had surgery, I just have to wait for this to heal. And I mean, there definitely are steps. The next steps in my transition are like a legal name change and IDs, passports, like all that boring stuff, but necessary. I don't know, I guess if you want to comment about if this is something that you experienced, if you had a similar feeling, and what you did after top surgery, because it's like, what do you do with your life? Like, I'm obviously so relieved and so grateful that this happened and that I'm feeling so much better, but like, then what? What comes after this? Besides waiting? All of the things that I pushed off, I now have this like open blank thing where it's like I have to figure out, like, who am I when I'm not obsessively thinking about transition? I don't know. I mean, I know I have certain interests and certain things that I've been wanting to do and haven't had the time or energy or mental capacity to do. Some of those things are, I don't know, mostly art things like music and poetry, going to shows, going to poetry shows, going to comedy shows. Like, these are all things that I really enjoy doing and going out. But the other thing is my job. I don't really have a chance to go out. So basically, I'm in a very new period of transition. I feel like I've passed these big hurdles, like massive hurdles, starting T and having surgery. Those are like huge things, and now that I'm on the other side, it's like a little bit more chill, and it's exciting to be like, now I have more time to develop myself as a person as opposed to push my transition forward. And but it's a scary thing. So anyway, I think I'm being redundant, but advice and thoughts would be nice to hear from you. This is it. Oh, see, did you hear that? My back is so fucked. The right drain hole is a little bigger than the left one, actually. So the left one is here, and you can like barely see it. One last thing, I'm also gonna ask my surgeon this because he is a professional doctor, but I just want to know your thoughts on, I've been off of work for 5 weeks. What are your thoughts on will having a job like I have, which is working through the night, long hours, and sleeping like a few hours during the day, do you think that's going to affect healing and like how the scars look? Because that's what I'm most worried about. It's like, I have one. This is like the only time this is going to happen. This is the only time I'm going to be healing, and I don't want to mess it up because of a job, because I need money. Like, everybody needs money, but yeah, if it's a matter of sacrificing my results or keeping this job, like, I care more about this right now. All right, I'll show you some pictures now, finally, and I'll see you next time.